you guys? Welcome back to Look Who's Talking Podcast. My name is Oneisa, and I am your host. And I just want to say thank you guys for tuning in. I just want you to remember that this podcast was created for your voice to be heard while having hard conversations intended to spread love, encourage healing, and embrace vulnerability. I am so excited, you guys. Got me a little accomplishments done under my belt. I'm going to tell y'all about that later. But remember, you guys, how I had dropped my little promo video and I was like, in the month of August, we're going to be dropping an episode of Look Who's Talking Podcast now every week. And I'm just so excited because now I'm going to be doing this every week with you guys. We're going to be having a conversation every week. So every Monday, you guys will get a brand new episode, brand new conversation, brand new guest. And I just want to tell you guys, I am officially done with esthetician school. As of yesterday, I clocked my 750th hour. I am so excited. So that's where my time was going, y'all. So give me a little grace because I had a lot going on with school and stuff. Like, I was literally leaving this house at like 7:15 in the morning, coming back home like 10:30, and then I used to really be struggling with Dre, like, man, when we could shoot. So that's why I was not consistent. But now you guys got my undivided attention. Like, all of my time is about to be given to you guys because this is something that I am passionate about, and I feel like if you invest in something, it will invest in you. So this is my vision, this is my dream, this is my goal, and so now I'm going at it full time. But anyway, I am excited, you guys, because we have a guest today on Look Who's Talking Podcast, a comedian. Somebody just make you guys laugh. Like, you know what they say in the Bible, like laughing is like medicine to the soul. So today we're going to just get into some things. Go ahead and introduce yourself to our viewers.
Hey guys, hey beautiful souls. My name is Ao, and I am a comedian, a motivational speaker, and I am the one that you come to on your social medias to lift up your spirits.
Period.
Yes, that's
Period.
what I do.
Market that thing. Now you gotta tell them your social media, man.
Okay, look. If you ever need me in a moment of where you need a laughter, or pick me up, follow me on Instagram at AO is comedy, the number 3. So that's AOIS comedy, the number 3. That's my main social media that I have a lot of activity on. So yeah, that's what it is.
Cool. I'm so excited about this conversation, y'all, because I never had a comedian to come on my podcast. So I'm interested. I am interested to see where this conversation is going to go. And so today's conversation is called Behind the Laugh, because a lot of times when we see comedians, a lot of times they're always making people laugh, and a lot of times we don't know what goes on behind the closed doors with comedians, because we always see, oh, they're so happy, they're so energetic, they're so this, they're always making people laugh. So sometimes we assume that they never have a bad day, and we don't really know that because we don't go home. And just as much as them making us laugh be therapy to us, sometimes them making us laugh be therapy to them as well. So I want to know, like, how did you get into comedy? How did this come about? Like, what was that moment like when you was like, man, I want to be a comedian?
That moment for me happened in high school, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, so my chemistry teacher, Miss Shaw, she gave me an opportunity in class to just do comedy on Fridays if I would just be quiet.
That was cool. So that means you talk too much.
Yeah, because I was the student that did the work. And when I finished, I'm messing with everybody else. So she was just like, hey, stop. So a friend of mine named Kevin Johnson, I'll never forget him. He was just like, hey, my nickname in high school was Goofy. So he was like, Goofy, man, chill out so we could play comedy review on Fridays. So that's how it started. We'll play comedy review on Fridays. I get up, tell jokes on Fridays and do my thing. So.
Oh man, shout out to your high school teacher. She didn't know she
was I love her. She before I ever knew what I wanted to be, right? She allowed me to practice to express it. And from that point on, that fed into me just moving forward.
Yeah, that's great. She didn't really know it. She was just trying to get you to shut up. But she was really helping you cultivate your gift. She was really pushing you into your destiny. That's cool. And so she was trying to use that as a teachable moment for you to be self-disciplined. Like, boy, I need you to just shut up and let these people get you their work. But she was really just helping you. She was setting that up for you.
She was
really setting that up. Man, that's cool. And you said they called you Goofy in high school. Did you laugh a lot, or did they just call you that because...
Oh, laugh a lot. Always playing energetic. I was a dancer, so like I was doing all the usher type dance, like
I was gonna say
popping.
you used to be jigging.
Oh, that too. I was a big jigger.
Y'all, that's a Louisiana thing.
See, that era for me, it's top tier. It's top. Being from Baton Rouge and that era of just jigging and it's such a renaissance era for myself. It's a renaissance era.
You felt that in your soul.
I feel, man, I feel it right now.
I'm trying to tell you, like literally, man, that is so cool. And I want to ask you this. So when you were in high school, was you the type to where like you made people laugh and then was you jolting on people? For people that don't know what jolting is in Louisiana, that's driving. So was you like driving on people too?
It's rare.
You was rare. Okay.
I was the type to just make people laugh, and maybe because I used to get drove on a lot. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was just different. I just enjoyed making people laugh overall. But talking about somebody, it took a lot for me to talk about you. Like because I didn't like to pick on people. But every now and again, you had to defend yourself against people who would drive you, because they'll put that steering wheel in your back.
Right.
And because I never forget this guy, because I would not the fact that I wasn't good at it, but I wasn't as witty and quick on my toes. But they had a guy named Lazier. Man, one of the best ones I ever heard about myself. He told me, "Goofy, it looked like your eyeball is pregnant."
I'm sorry, but that's not that funny. But it must have really hit because you remember it.
It's so till this day, and I believe it builds. To me, those days built character, because you had to learn how to. You didn't have to accept it, but you learn how to deal with your emotions, and also build a certain level of self-esteem to where I'm gonna defend myself. And preparation, because if I know that I'm gonna be in these situations, right now, I'm okay. Let me study my opponent. So just in case, all I need is one good one.
One good one.
I don't care how many times he hit me with one. If I get one good one, then I get a reaction. I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? So I believe those. I mean, times have changed. Everything is so sensitive these days.
They are.
I love the era I grew up in.
Right, yeah.
I love it.
Right. And I guess when I was saying about the jolting sessions, because like you said, putting that steering wheel in your back, when we was in high school, like boys just used to stand in the hallway and they would just clown each other.
All day.
They would just go at it. So that's why I was asking, because I wanted to know, because I know a lot of times, even with my brother, he is funny. Like he don't do comedian, but he's really funny. And so he's the type to where if we're driving on you, I'm laughing because it's really funny. He's the type to where if like we're driving on each other, and if somebody is laughing too hard at a joke, he gets the person that's laughing the hardest.
All it takes is I know you ain't laughing.
Yes.
That makes somebody's heart drop. Oh, I know you ain't laughing.
They get so scared.
Because now I'm gonna turn my attention on you.
Right.
Now I could be losing to him. But if you laugh too hard, I'm gonna turn my attention to you, and then now I'm gonna come up now.
Exactly. That's why I was asking, because I needed to know, because you got a lot of them be like that. Oh, now I'm about to get you because you laughing too hard.
I may use something that somebody said a couple weeks ago. Right. I'm gonna bring it back.
But now I gotta get you.
I gotta get you.
And I noticed you said when they called you goofy because you used to laugh a lot, and you didn't really like talking about people because people pretty much talked about you. So when you went into comedy, was it more so from a standpoint of I know what it feels like to be laughed at and to be talked about, so I just want to make people laugh?
No,
did you do it from that?
I think it was just natural for me. I was just funny, natural. Like just acting out characters when I was young. Just mocking certain situations and things of that sort. I think that's what it was. Like, I've always been funny. Gotcha. I've always made people laugh, and I don't know if, like, honestly, when I think about it now, it was just my God-given gift. Right? It was just, where would it cultivate? Would it go in? Would it be in acting? Would it be in stand-up? Would it be in a different space?
Gotcha.
Right? It's just, what path would my comedy
take you?
Yeah, take me.
Right. Cool. So do you have a favorite comedian?
Yes. My favorite comedian is all time. it's Eddie Murphy, but I also have a comedian named Patrice O'Neal. Patrice O'Neal is someone. Yeah, see, Patrice O'Neal, he passed away before he got his true recognition. So Eddie Murphy, you would consider him mainstream, right? Right, and he's an icon. Patrice O'Neal is one of those people that I learned to appreciate as I grew in comedy. Like I had to learn like certain things. Like his truth telling is the part that I admire about him the most. And a lot of us can't, like, we live a lie. Yeah, true. Right? But he told so much truth. Now there's so much truth in a joke. It is. But dark humor, right? He's great with that. Dark humor. Very dark humor, and I like that because there's a lot.
And the dark humor, that's like when y'all go below the belt, but y'all make it funny.
What society standards would be like, oh, that's wrong, but it's true. Right. So like technically, I have you have some things that you don't give a damn about, right? Right. Like if you see it, like me personally, would you like to donate to such and such after I finish checking out? I don't give a damn about that. Like, that's so true. and it may be something
people are passionate about, but you don't care.
Like, hey, would you like to donate to the asthma society? I don't give a damn about no people with asthma. Like, it's not that I don't care about. I don't give a damn about it right now. Right. So that's my truth. Why should I have to be? Why? You know what I'm saying? Truth, right. Yeah. So it's yeah.
Yeah, we are definitely in a times to where society is very, very sensitive. Because I be seeing some stuff on social media that comedians be saying, and I be like, people getting their feelings about it, and I be like, come on now, like this is a comedian we talking about, like they're gonna take any serious moment and make it funny. Yeah. Like whether you like it or not, they're gonna make it funny because I seen on your Instagram and I was dying laughing because as you was acting it out, I was picturing myself at a funeral scene. This and this was a funeral. People take that serious, but when you were marking like the hood dude at the funeral, bruh, I was hollering because I said it's the fact that he really do look like him.
Because it's I kid you not, seeing your hood cousin, because we all got him. We all got him. Your hood cousin show up to a family reunion, but a funeral though, and that's his favorite auntie or that's grandma baby or whatever, man, he the funniest one. The funniest one. Like you don't even want to laugh, but you know that he about to go in there and do the most. Like, man.
I was no good because I was like, he really got him to the teeth.
Got the towel folded around his hand. Literally. And I'm talking about he ready to, yeah.
Man.
It's up with me.
Ooh, I was crying, laughing. So was that when your viral moment, or like what was your viral moment?
It was one of my most recent viral moments. But my first viral moment came in a time of I guess suffering for our community during the out in Sterling.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So during that time, we had felt like racial divides with the whole situation, and I did a skit where I was going into the store and everything that was brown was acceptable, everything that was white wasn't, whether it be bread, eggs, sugar, things of that sort. And I had a voiceover. It was like, put the white bread down. Put the white bread down, black man. So it was just this voice that I was doing, and it went viral. So Baller Alert, moment. Shade Room, all these people picked it up, and so that was 2016. So that was the start of trying to just make it on this social media platform from a social media standpoint.
So it been up ever since.
It's been up ever since because it's two different things that people don't realize. Like, so there's stand-up comedy, and then there's this social media presence of comedy, and it's two different things, and one has a lot more pressure than the other. Meaning, stand-up, there aren't no redos.
It's not.
It's you give me what you got now, right. and you get to feel the presence of an audience. Social media comedy is I've edited this particular video. I'm gonna put it out there for approval, which both things are approval based. But I'm gonna put this out there, and then these likes determine, these comments determine what the people think about me.
Right.
But yeah, comedy is an approval craft.
Oh, you gotta be built for it.
Yeah, you gotta be built for this.
You gotta be built different for comedy.
Oh yeah,
I tell anybody,
do.
and then like even when I hear like comedians who are known worldwide and like they tell a story about like they ups and they downs, and they always say like you gotta really be built for this industry because it ain't no joke. Like it's really not. So I mean, hats off to you because like I said, it ain't easy making people laugh. It's really not. Like you can go in a crowd and you can have 10 people. But it's like, long as you make that 9 laugh, and it don't matter about that one that don't even matter. Yeah.
To any stand up comedian, anyone wanting to get in this field, you got to realize that you're not gonna get everybody to laugh. There's no 100%, and that's okay. It's okay because you're giving in a perspective on things from your view, and if you focus on the one that ain't laughing, then you're seeking perfection.
Yep.
And perfection is something to be obtained over time. It's not 100%. Perfection ain't 100%. I don't know where we get this idea from.
Yeah, I don't really feel like nobody is perfect. I really don't. Like we all have our flaws. Nobody is perfect. And so moment of transparency for those who follow the podcast, y'all know, but it's okay because by next time this year that's gonna change. But y'all know on my little Instagram I got about like 300 something followers, got like 70 something subscribers. But mark my word, because when y'all see me next year around this time, it's gonna change. Boom. But anyway, to say you are a comedian, right? You got all these followers. How did you come across my little old podcast?
I came across your podcast. It was through a friend of mine. But when I saw your podcast, so shout out to my guy Lloyd. And
shout out to Lloyd.
Lloyd and I became cool through just talking about therapy and our own mental health. Right. And seeing your podcast through him. And I just been paying attention, so I followed and everything. And I even told myself, I said, I'm gonna be on her podcast.
Oh, you manifested.
Well, I'm telling you,
that's how it work, man.
As like your podcast, no matter how many followers you had, the way it was set up, the way it looked, I couldn't tell how many followers you had. But the content and the depth of your podcast made me say, okay, I want to be a part of that. And I felt like I manifested an opportunity to be sitting here with you.
Because you spoke it into existence.
I sure did.
It happened.
I sure did.
Period.
I love it.
People got to know, baby. Life and death lies in the power of the tongue. When you speak it,
double-edged sword.
You gotta be. I'm trying to tell you, gotta be
what
careful.
God love.
And you manifested it.
I'm here.
So we here. What a conversation. But hey, I was kind of scared to write you because I said, he got his little social media followers. He been gone viral. Like, he really known. I said, if he hit me with a price, that's cool. But I got to just hope if he do, I got to really hope it's within my budget. But you really shocked me. Like, it really came from the heart.
You want me to tell you something? Because I feel like this. I told myself that I will be open to doing more collaborations with people. If you notice my social media, I don't really do a lot of stuff with people. I do my work, and it's a lot of voiceover work. I told myself, well, the inner God in me was just kept talking to me because I'm looking for growth. And the God in me just said, hey, look, you cannot grow unless you work with others.
Yeah, so I gotta be a blessing.
I just opened up myself to just collaborating with more content creators, and I don't see myself above anybody. I don't see myself. I know who I am,
right?
And I'm confident in that. But I'm not better than nobody. No, none of that. You know what others think of me. That's what their opinion. But I love the way you move and what you have going on. So I was just like, it is what it is. Like whatever I'm supposed to get, I'll get. and I'm not worried about that.
And I really do appreciate that, because I had been meaning to reach out to you, but I was just like, okay, I was giving myself a pep talk. Now you got to prepare yourself, because you know this man is social media known. So, because but I'm just saying, because like, let me say this, like, I'm not knocking nobody. Like, you like an upcoming comedian, all of these followers, people really be tuning in and locked in with you. Mm-hmm. I had just gave myself a little pep talk, like, you might have to get your ducks in a row for this, but it's all right. You get what I'm saying?
I'm grateful. And that's another thing, too. Like, through this experience of social media, right, mm-hmm. I've been able to teach others how to capitalize on it. So I've learned, I've created another business where I'm actually consulting people on how to monetize their pages, how to, like, what to look for as a business to help get more attention on your page and stuff like that. So social media has not only allowed me to just be funny, but it's allowed me to go on a different course to teach as well.
Right. So that's good. So basically now you're into, like, pretty much helping people with social media marketing, and how to monetize that. Mm-hmm. Like, if you want to turn it into a full-time job. But I just want to know, man, how y'all do it. Let me tell you, because I was like, because I told myself, okay, Oneisa, you getting 30, you got your podcast, invest in that. You didn't finish school for aesthetics, like, invest in that. Like, I want to invest in so many things, but I'm only investing in things that I have a passion about. Because if I have a passion about it, if it's truly something that God gave to me, then I know I'm going to be successful in it. Mm-hmm. But if I was like, I'm going to start getting into this whole little, like, get ready with me, showing people me getting dressed this and that, because a lot of people, my friends now, with some, they be like, man, like, you really fly, like, you really could dress, like, if you really just get into the get ready with me, like, showing people how to get dressed and all of that, like, I really think you like, your social media followers will build, you'll pop from it. And so I've been trying it. But the fact of, like, every time you go somewhere, you got to pull out a camera and record it. Like, how do y'all do that? Like, how do y'all build up that courage to be like, oh, I got to hit my camera out, got to record
this? For me, I don't do the get readies. Mm-hmm. So for me, like, my stuff is more staged on current events or something like that. So it's something that it triggers in your mind, right? So your passion right now may not be a get ready for me, right? So to convince yourself to do that, it doesn't come second nature. Mm-hmm. Me doing this, it comes second nature. Right. Like, boom, okay. We had some with in our city with just they couldn't find a superintendent, right?
Right.
I woke up.
The talk of the town.
It was the talk of the town. So I was just like, okay, well, what happened if I run? Like, just ideally. So I just went and made something and acted like I was a candidate, and it blew up on social media for our surrounding areas. Mm-hmm. So that's one of those things. Just staying in a creative space, right? That's how I'm able to pull out a phone. You can do this stuff so much sometimes to where you get burnt out, and I've been through that. I've been burnt out. I've been depressed. I've stopped doing it for a while. I've disconnected from it. I've come back to it. It's something that I love doing, but you can grow weary of it too.
Yeah, and we're going to get back to that burnout, because I got a question extra about that.
Okay.
But so even with the thing, it's not that I don't have a passion for it, because the people who know me, they know, baby, I'm a shopper. Mm-hmm. And when it comes to clothes and all of that, I'm going to shop and I'm going to put it on. Mm-hmm. And even when the girlies be writing me, oh, where you get this from? Where you get this from? Oh, can you help me do this? Can you help me do that? I help them for free, because I don't really care. It's really my passion. I guess it's just be like, because I'm the type of person to where I don't mind sharing, but I don't want to share too much. It's just some things I'd rather keep private. Some things I just rather keep to myself. And so because of the responses that I get with a lot of people who be asking me, like, man, how you do this or how you put this together, like, it's really, really nice. And so in my mind, it would be helpful just to do get ready with me. So then it's like, I don't have to be responding to DMs. If I do get ready with me, it's all right there. But I guess it's just like I said, I guess it's just positioning yourself or putting yourself in that thought process of, I got to get this phone out. Mm-hmm. And I got to literally record everything step by step because we went to Disney, we went on family vacation.
Okay.
And so I was like, oh, I'm going to just do the little reels, how people do, come spend a day with me. But not tell y'all, it drained me from this. Because it was like, I was literally having to remind myself constantly, pull your phone out, record this, record this. And like,
edit.
Yes, and then I'm like, I'm on a vacation, but then I got to sit here and open up CapCut, and I got to edit this. Then I got to do a voiceover, and I felt like it'll become rewarding in the end, but then it's like, man, do I really want to dedicate this much time? Like, because it's
energy. It's energy. It's everything. Like, you want to tell you what's funny about those spend a day with me or get ready with me? It's the voiceover.
Yes.
It's funny to me because everybody has this tone. Get ready with me as I spend a day with me as I
I was loud and country on mine.
but see, that would have grabbed my attention because tone.
Right.
But as it pertains to doing it, it can get, when you're not used to it.
No.
It's nerve wracking. It's nerve wracking. You like, oh, now I gotta go back. Editing is I think the most tedious process.
I learned
editing.
I got a new level of respect for content creators.
Yeah.
Because when I was doing it, and I'm like, it came to a point to where I can't even enjoy the vacation because people come in and say, oh, I'm ready for day 2, I'm ready for day 3. Like, where is it? And I'm like, at this point, I'm not even enjoying the vacation.
You give the people what you want to give them. Now, there are things where you kind of can measure, like, what's working for me. That's what you got to be conscious about. That's what you have to stay on top of. What's actually working for me when I post, and then I'll do a little bit more of that, but not until you start liking it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta love it, but if you like it, it can turn into something. And then how do you just a little tip on how do you monetize that? Right.
Right.
You monetize it by understanding where you got those clothes from and all those things, and you put a link in your bio. You put a link in your bio. Hey, for all X, Y, and Z, put a link in your bio, and you become an affiliate, and you get some affiliate dollars.
And that was the thing, like, because I did like the makeup and everything, and when I was typing that caption, I'm like, golly, I got this from Awesome Beauty, I got this from this store, It's really, really a lot. And I was like, man, it really do take some patience. And they just pointed out to me, like, just because you see somebody else doing it, that don't mean you could do it.
Facts.
Like, God has graced everybody in their own area, in their own lane. And so just because I see content creators and get ready with me and spend a day, baby, that work for them. I'm at this point, that's working for you. That may not work for me. And a lot of people want to jump on a bandwagon and just do it because you see somebody else doing it, but like, literally, I kid you not. And people was responding to the reels. I was getting a little attention, but I kid you not, just for them couple of days in those shoes of trying to put myself, y'all, in the shoes of a content creator, I was like, this teaches you a valuable lesson. What works for someone else may not work for you. God has graced everybody with a different level of patience.
Facts.
And all of that. So I'm like, I want to do it because it looked cool, but then now I'm like, okay, God, you gonna give me the patience for this? Because it takes a whole different level to do that.
And so you got to pick and choose your battles, right?
Period.
So for you, get ready with me may be something like a particular event, right? You could probably work your mind on I could do it for that. I could do it for this, but I'm gonna do it every now and again when I move to, not because I got to keep up. Because there's no keeping up. There are people that actually, this is their lane.
Yeah.
To do get ready with me because they're in a fashion lane or something like that. They're continuously moving and going somewhere, so it's gonna be consistent like that. I tell you, don't worry your nerves.
I want to do it.
Don't worry your nerves, my guy.
Now I hadn't swerved in that lane, baby. Go ahead and bump me right back in that lane. Podcast is your lane. Aesthetics is your lane. That's why I need you to stay in right now. I need you to focus on that because I'm telling you, it really takes a level of patience. And like, that was really a teachable moment for me. I'm like, I'm seeing people and I'm saying, oh, I want to do this, but just because I want to do it, that does not mean God is saying this is why I want you to be, because this is what you want.
Because you can distract yourself from where God is taking you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because you want to do this, wanting to do, and where you should be.
It's
And what you
totally
should be
different.
doing is two different things. And we've all hit some side missions. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? I've been on a
Exactly.
few side missions, but I'm happy to be back on
He
course.
has rerouted
Yeah.
you back to comedic.
Yeah, brought me back.
And
Let
that
me,
is so
the
true. And I
main
was like,
highway.
I'm telling you, and what's crazy is that, and that's why I was like, I really feel like with my podcast, I just know for a fact this is where God want me to be. Because every time I told myself I was not gonna do this no more, like, man, don't worry about it. I'm gonna put this aside. God has literally brought me back to my podcast. This is what I need you to do. Like, I need you to invest into it. I need you to really put the time into it. So that's why I was like, this year I'm like all gas, no brakes when it comes to this. And I know you said like burnout when it comes to comedy and all of that. How do you handle burnout?
I handle burnouts by just honestly books, audiobooks, getting away from social media, just like recharging myself. Recharging myself. I may scroll on Instagram, but I may take a couple days where I told myself it was okay not to post. I had to tell myself it's okay, like, because I realized during my time of not posting, I'm not as important as I made myself, or I tried to make myself be. You know
Believe.
what I'm saying? Um, ain't nobody checking for you, Otis. Ain't
Ain't
nobody
nobody
coming to see
coming
you,
for you,
Otis. Like
Otis.
there, ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. Like
Literally.
I've had those conversations with
And
myself,
sometimes you gotta get real with
and
yourself.
you have to be real with yourself because it was in those moments of isolation,
Yep.
right, that I was able to say, okay, well, get yourself right, because there are things outside of social media that affects us,
Yeah.
and that affects the content, that affects your ability to be productive, right? So when you have, I tell people this all the time, like when I put that phone down, I'm dealing with life just like everybody
Just
else.
like everybody else.
I job, family,
All that.
trying to make money. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
literally.
Like how can, because honestly, money money is one of the biggest things that a lot of us desire to have just so we can live a life. It ain't, for me, I ain't gotta have the 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 fake scamming projecting life that they put
Social
on social
media.
media. Like
It's all a
I'm not,
facade.
I ain't got no pride, I ain't got no private jets, no nothing. I just want money to where I could take my family on vacations with
Yep.
ease and not be stressing about it. You know what I mean? I want to have enough money with these bills taken care of and
Exactly.
not be stressing about it. I want that. I want enough money to where I'm more than stable. I don't just, I'm more than stable, but I bust my butt to make sure that my family has a comfortable living, and
Comfortable living.
that not just my family, but also I'm happy with myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm happy with the results and the fruits of my labor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So those times that I've unplugged, I'm normally doing audiobooks. I'm working on myself. I actually I go to therapy. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
ain't nothing
saying?
wrong with that.
I go to therapy and I encourage anybody, especially males, my brothers. I encourage all of y'all.
So important.
Go talk to the lady.
Go sit
Go
on the
talk to the lady.
couch.
Go. It's okay. Go talk
Period.
to the lady. Go talk to the man because there's so much within yourself that 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 you desire to unlock, unravel. Because I've dealt with my fair share of traumas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and those traumas, whether you know it or not, they trickle into your relationships
A dog,
and,
yeah. They affect you in
and how
every
you
way.
handle people and stuff like that. So, I mean, there's so much more to you than what you appear to be,
Yep.
right? So, yeah, that's my thing. So, books, understanding myself, therapy, and actually putting action into being better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. And I love that you said that about therapy and like owning up to the fact that you know that you dealt with traumas and you needed to go sit on the couch. You needed to talk to someone who was educated in that area to help you deal with those traumas and overcome those traumas. Because I tell people a lot of times, like, no, we are not responsible for what a person did to us or how a person treated us, but we are responsible of how we choose to heal from that.
Correct.
Like the healing part, that's on us. The trauma part, that may not be on us, but the healing part, that is on us. And I'm glad that as a man, as a black man, you are advocating and you was just so open and transparent about the fact that you go to therapy, because a lot of men, they shy away from that because a lot of times they don't be want to sit in that trauma, or they feel like, I don't want to be this vulnerable, I don't want to open up to somebody I don't know, or how could you help me, you don't even know me. And so I'm like really proud that you stuck that out there and like go to therapy, get help, because it's okay.
Yeah, I appreciate that. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy by any stretch of the imagination. That's why I say again, I feel like the reason why I have the following that I have is because God allows you to do these things because it's going to serve another purpose for Him. So what you think you're doing for yourself is really a side mission for God. You know what I'm saying? To work through you. You just got to accept it. And me, I put it out there every now and again. Like everything that I post, like for the majority, I'm posting some funny stuff. I do drop some real knowledge and stuff every now and again, and that's what I think. I get a different set of people that come in that DM me, hey, Ayo, I needed that. Ayo, I didn't expect for you. Like, hey, who's your therapist? Like, is there something else you could be doing? Like, it's those things that made me feel better about those posts than I do about some of my comedic posts. Because I know I'm not just influencing this humorous behavior, but I'm actually attacking something that people yearn for. But they it's easy to laugh, right? Right. But it's harder to say, hey, look, I'm messed up.
I need help.
I need help.
Acknowledging.
Hey, look, what are you doing to be X, Y, and Z? That's what I realize a lot of people want, because I think we all desire to be better. We all need to be influenced to be better, but we can't be influenced in a way to where it's demanding. Like, well, I'm not gonna be on your timeline every day. Hey, man, because that's not my stilo.
No.
But I do have things that I'm working on that can help people. Hey, look, I'm doing a mental health function. Look, if you're interested in coming out, if you want to understand what's X, Y, and Z, hey, look, I'm gonna bring in this speaker and we're gonna talk about it, fellas. We're gonna have a sit down. Those are the things that I use my platform for, outside of just, hey, come to my comedy show. Hey, come to I there is a bigger reason why I'm in this position, and I've learned to accept it.
That's great though that you're using your platform to push that kind of, that mental health and stuff like that, to really push, promote, and motivate people. I love that. And so you are a father, right?
Yes.
How old are your kids?
My son is 16. He'll be 17.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah,
got your teenager.
I got my teenager.
Yeah.
And I have a 1-year-old daughter. Yes, and I am,
Not your world just been lit up.
Yeah.
So she definitely gonna be a daddy's girl.
Yeah, she got me. She got me.
I know the feeling, because I'm definitely a daddy's girl. I love my daddy, and my daddy loves me. So do you feel like, or do you see it like characteristics in either one of them of comedians?
Both.
Both of them?
Both. Goofy, funny, and funny, and it's a beautiful thing when I look at my kids, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like that's. Like, I passed on something.
Yeah,
I don't want to pass down no traumas. I just want to pass on the good aspects of me.
Say that again. You don't want to do what?
I don't want to pass down no traumas.
Say it again.
I do not want to pass on no traumas.
Period.
We breaking generational curses around here.
That trauma stop with you, because it ain't going to your kids.
I'm a generational curse breaker.
Period.
I ain't lying. So we stopping that. So, but I love looking at my kids. I love the smiles of my kids. I love the fact that my wife like loves how I interact with our kids. So
with it being that you are a comedian, and I be feeling like, man, I just like that it's never really a serious moment. What's your parenting style? Like, because with it being that you are a comedian, like, how do you handle when it comes to discipline and all of it? Like, what's your parenting style?
Truth.
Okay.
Well, like with my son, right? I don't discipline in the manner of like how we grew up, right? Like, because I feel like there has to be some understanding, right? And I feel like my son has done a great job, but you know, it's my parenting style is just holding you accountable, holding you accountable, and just saying, hey, look, these are the things you need to correct, and so all I gotta do is take a PlayStation.
Oh, you gotta.
All I gotta do is not seeing no PlayStation money. You know, that'll get his mind right. As far as my daughter, I mean, there's
She's
nothing
still
to.
growing,
Yeah,
but I don't really think
it ain't
because the way your world lighten up, I feel like she gonna be able to get up, pull a quick one
That's
on
what
you.
my wife said too.
Literally.
She was like, "You gonna be a sucker." And I said, "I'm okay with that."
Literally.
I'm okay with being her sucker because, like, that's my daughter, and there's a certain level of protection for both of my kids.
Period.
Right? But with my daughter, there's some things that I look forward to teaching her, just like I teach my son. Right. I give truth, right? As I'm not gonna baby you into the as it pertains to the truth. Like, this is what it is, this is what it ain't.
Right.
And you have to be in a position to decipher the information when it comes to you. Don't be afraid to open up to me. Like, I think that's one of my parenting styles as well. I leave the door open
Creating
for
that safe space.
You can talk to me about anything. I'm talking about, I'm not tripping. Like, look, my son had an issue. There was a problem, and got caught up in like an internet scam, and he was just like, "Dad, look, I need some money." I was just like, "For what?" He was just like, "I just need you." I said, "Nah, bro. Like, what you need some money for?" Right. I'm like, and I could sense that he was nervous about something. I'm just like, bro, just tell me. And he told me. I was just like, all right, this how we're gonna handle this. I'm not gonna give you no money, but we definitely this particular scam. I say, look, it's okay. Boom, boom, boom. We solved the issue, but then I took time to educate him on it. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the difference. You know, don't create an environment where your kid's scared of you. Like, I mean, I think that's how we grew up. Like, we were scared of our parents. Yeah, I think there's a level of respect. I want my son to respect me. I don't need him to be scared. Because if he's scared of me, then he's not going to feel comfortable. In that moment where he has to make a decision, can I go to my dad? Right? Is my dad going to judge me? I may be like, man, that's stupid, but not in the sense of like degrading him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna call you out your name. I'm not gonna do all. I'm gonna say, hey, look, well, this is where you messed up at. This is what I'm saying. Now you make a decision. This is what I would do. That's how I've been teaching my son and parenting my son.
Yeah. So I wouldn't really, when I was growing up, I didn't really say I feared my mama, but the level of respect was there to where I knew if I did some certain stuff, it was over with for me. But I was the type to where I didn't care how bad it was. I could know how she was gonna, because of course I was a daddy girl. I got off on my daddy, right? He wasn't really whooping. My daddy really, only time my dad, and I think this is what helped bond me and my siblings close, because the only time we only got a whooping is if we fought each other as siblings. That was the only time my daddy was gonna lay hands. But see, my mom, she didn't play that. But I was the type to where I could know I did it, and I could know it was not right, but I was still going to tell it, because I'm like, you done did it, now you here, you might as well go ahead and suffer the consequences.
Right.
Like, ain't no sense in being, I mean, you done did it, you might as well go ahead and suffer the consequences. But she always tell me I was her worst child. I don't really think I was her worst child.
You the baby?
Yeah.
You was the worst child.
I was
because you got away with more stuff.
I did.
You got away with way more stuff than the oldest kids. How many?
It's 6 of us.
Oh yeah, you got away with everything. You got away with everything. Yeah, like you, man. Nah.
My sister always said
because they use all the butt whoopings on.
That's what she said.
Man, see, they got soft. Your mama got soft. See, your mama, the whoopings you got or the discipline you got was just, man, that's the tail end. They ain't got no more strength in their arms.
Literally,
weak.
You sound like my siblings.
Yeah, man, you ain't get the brunt of it. See, I was the oldest in the house.
Oh, so you got everything first.
Man, everything first.
You got
everything first. So, and then I couldn't get what I want because it's 6 of us, but my oldest brother, the age gap is so big, so he was out the house. So I'm the oldest in the house. So I was like, sometimes I get upset to this day just thinking about it. Just I couldn't get the things that I wanted in high school, because high school is when you really start separating yourself from the pack. Like, hey, look, let me. Oh, I want these kind of clothes type stuff. See, you the baby, so man, everybody almost out the way. She got everything. Me, too many siblings. I couldn't get the throwback jerseys. I couldn't get the X, Y, and Z because, man, nah. That's why I started working early.
Yeah, see, I was the type to where if I couldn't get it from my parents, I knew I had 4 older siblings. Somebody was bound to tell me yes. It was crazy that I'm grown, almost 30, and like that's literally how I am now. Somebody gonna be bound to tell me yeah. Like somebody is gonna be bound to say yes.
But that's a great place to be in.
Oh, it is.
It's a great place to be in.
It is.
But I
always be like, nah, see, when I get in a relationship and stuff, this gonna change then, because I really feel like they gonna be like, you gotta put your big girl shoes on now, baby. You got a man, you better go to your man.
Go to your man.
That's how they gonna
go
be.
Go to your man.
Who? I'm telling you.
You better go to your man.
But my sister, she always tell my mama, like, when you came to her, I just really think you got tired.
Yeah, I'm telling you, ain't no strength in them arms no more. Man, the whoopings don't be whooping no more.
Hey, some stuff she did used to let me get. Now that I think back, I was like, yeah, mama should have dealt with me for that.
Oh,
but she didn't. Like,
you lucked
up.
I
turned out pretty okay,
you lucked up, my
Literally, G. I did. I really, really did. And like you said, how you be laughing about it now, we had our moments when I be like, now you whooped me for such and such, and you even have to whoop me for that. Like, why did you whoop me for that?
Bruh, I've had a couple of those moments. I was just like, I really ain't deserve that whooping.
No.
I don't even know where that come from.
No. Ooh, and I used to hate when they tell you stop crying. You're whooping me.
Man, look, what do you expect? What do you want from me? Fix your face before I fix the fuck. You caused this face.
Exactly. Exactly.
They ever tell you stop
crying?
And you got to
like, did you not just hit me? Like, did you just not tap into me?
Man, look, it's embarrassing too.
Oh, it's so embarrassing.
See, my dad was cool and chill and laid back. So if my dad ever whooped us, we probably deserved it. But my mom, when she whooped, my mom was really out to embarrass you.
Oh, that's how
embarrass you. So, growing up in church, just I got to the point where I was getting older. I ain't want to sing in choir no more. I got basketball practice. I got football practice. I got track. So I got into those things. So I wouldn't have to do all it, because you ain't about to keep. My mama hit you in the mouth and pop. Quick with it, pop.
In front of everybody.
Everybody.
I ain't care who was around.
Ooh, talking about like people. Ooh.
What they did? I used to be so bad. They used to be like, don't make me go tell your mama. And
I had one of them kind where people be like, hey, don't make me. Your mama don't play. Like, if you got one of them type of mama.
Somebody just say that, you already know what time it is.
And then you be like.
Try to play it out. But you be thinking in the back of your head, man, let me chill out before they really go get what? Because she used to be the type to where she had to come and get you, or she's going to show out.
And I'm afraid don't play.
Oh.
And I'm afraid don't play.
She was going to show out.
I mean
if somebody told her and she had to come get you, or she was going to show out. Man, I never remember one time she hit me up so bad in high school. My grandmother had to come save me. Y'all, I would never forget that. My grandmother had to come save me. Hey, I deserved it though, cause I ain't gonna lie, I was
grandmama.
Hey, I tell her to this day, I be like, I ain't gonna even front, mama. I deserved it, but my grandmother had to come save me, baby. Hey. But she was one of me. She kept saying, cause see, out in 9th grade, I had a math teacher, Mr. Jingle. I ain't gonna lie, I used to be cutting up in that man class. Like, I really did used to be cutting up. And she used to always want me, go to school. I'm telling you, go to school, get your act together. Man, that man called my mama one last time. Boy, she almost put me through the wall. I'm telling you, my grandmother had to come save me.
Well,
but I get it now. I'm like, because she was warning me. She did let me slide.
Yeah, draw four. Draw four.
Literally. And I was in 9th grade. I had to be like, maybe 14. Yeah, I was like 14, 9th grade. Boy, thank you. Shout out to my grandma.
Shout out.
Because she really did save me.
I mean that.
Oh, she really did save me. So do you ever have no moments like that with your kids where you have to feel like you have to get physical, or is it just always pretty much like,
it's a lot of, like with my son, it's a lot of, bruh. It's a lot of that.
Hey, I wouldn't even take you serious though if you came at me like that.
I'm gonna tell you why it's like that. He's a gamer.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So being a gamer, he's online talking with friends and stuff like that. Now, who you think your baby is? Like my son is a great child, right? But he also is, when he on there with his friends, your baby ain't your baby no more.
He's showing out.
He's showing out. I mean, he's a real gamer where it went from my baby being like, hey guys, like he used to play Fortnite. Hey guys, yeah, I'm over here, and he's talking all proper. And, hey guys, yeah, I'm over here. Load out, okay? Yeah.
That's how he used to be.
Come on, hey, like he used to be that. Now it's like, hey, bro, y'all some,
yeah, he be showing.
Y'all some. I'm like, hey, I'm in, hey. Like I am in here, hey.
The room just that quick.
Hey, man, y'all from and he's saying that, but you want me to tell you something? I get it. I'm not saying I condone it, but I get it. Like I come from a lineage of cursors.
Oh wow!
I like my family tree got some.
Boy,
they curse with the best of them. Huh? You know what I'm saying?
They up there.
They up there with the best. They have degrees in foul language. So I'm not mad at that part because he's using it correctly and everything. Like he has great pattern usage. You know what I'm saying? He put them together, and I understand the world of gaming. So I'm very I'm lenient on that. So like I'll be like, hey, look, me and Mama, look, we gone. I know he's saying, so I know that the house about to be full.
When you ain't there?
Yeah.
Oh,
because I know what he do when I'm there. But when I ain't there, and he be like, y'all about to go?
Oh, he get excited.
He's like, all right, well, y'all be good. I'm like, all right. Yeah, I mean, boy, man, I'm talking about cutting up Grand Theft Auto, all it, and I'm okay with it because I feel like this. In the age that we live in, you could like my son could easily be doing something else.
True.
Right?
Times have changed.
Times have changed, and there's a lot of people that wish that their child had been a gamer and just stayed inside.
Yeah, and just stayed inside.
And not be involved in a particular lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So I'm okay. I take this than any other lifestyle. Is either sports or this gaming stuff, but I know that my baby is fine. I know that my son is fine. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah, because times are different. These kids, well, they different from when we was growing up. So I definitely understand it with the whole, like, you're okay. If you want game, that's, look.
Man, I'm fine with it.
you game than game.
Look, and now it's gaming. You're doing your be on the roll student. He games, and then now we're working this transition of implementing him getting a little part-time job so he can have not only some responsibility, learn a little more accountability, and ushering him into working with peers. You know what I'm saying? Understanding the landscape of a business, right? So that's the next phase for him.
That's cool. So how do your wife handle your comedy side? Like, have she become just unbothered?
Yeah, she has, but she has gone boosted set it off on me too. She has
not Boosie. Because at this point you playing too much now.
She pistol whipped him for 40 minutes straight. Like it's been, I've had some episodes trying to defend my style of comedy compared to what she deems is acceptable. Now, granted, I am. If you have followed me over the years, I made some progressions to not be as foul and as sexual with my content, because that's a lot of my content. It was just it was filthy. Mm-hmm. It was filthy, and for her and who she believes she is and what she represents, she felt like it felt like she was in an unbalanced relationship. Mm-hmm. But me and her are really polar opposites. We're polar opposites, so that's another reason why that that we've come to blows verbally mm-hmm. on this and disagreed a lot because of my style mm-hmm. of comedy. Now, I have challenged myself to be better in areas just for the sake of compromise. Right. And understanding that, okay, she does have a point. Okay, maybe I need to challenge myself to dig a little deeper in my bag, mm-hmm. in which I have been. But yeah, I mean, we've broken, like before we ever got married, we've broken up behind it. And that's from a social media standpoint. Yeah. As it pertains to my actual stand-up comedy.
That's different.
It's different. It's different. Like, I get it in.
Coughing up my lungs.
Uh-oh. Pass me the Doja.
I'm over here coughing up my lungs. Man. But yeah, I get I mm-hmm. love the fact that you were willing to compromise with your wife and mm-hmm. Change that, because I'm not married, mm-hmm. but of course we all know that when you are married, you become one with your spouse, so you are a reflection of your spouse. Mm-hmm. So I love the fact that you seen that and you honored that. And you
it took a while
that.
though.
Yeah, but you got there.
It took a while.
But you got there.
Oh my God! It was some. It was, when I tell you, I was so hard headed and I'm so bullheaded when it comes. I'm stubborn mm-hmm. when it comes to what I believe as it pertains to. Cause she'll be like, "That ain't funny." I'm like, "You can't tell me what ain't funny."
Hey, I read you hear from your wife, though.
Yeah, but this is just not your style. Like mm-hmm. I said, I got 20,000 other people. Obviously telling me this is funny.
Oh, you feel like the man, huh?
Yeah, because I know this is what I do. Mm-hmm. You can't tell me what ain't funny. Mm-hmm. You could say you don't believe that's funny to you, but you can't tell me it ain't funny. Mm-hmm. This is what I do. Now, my wife is a 2-time degree, about to be 3-time degree.
Shout out to the wifey girl.
And she's
that degree bag.
Yes, she about to be Dr. Odom.
Period. Say it again.
Dr. Odom.
Period. Say it one more time.
Mrs. Dr. Odom.
Play wrong. Yeah.
Don't the big PhD, not the little.
The big one, not the little one. Period.
And I'm very, very proud of her. And she's a mental health. Mm-hmm. She's into that. Mm-hmm. And that's what she does. So, mm-hmm. but she's the first one to encourage me to go to therapy. So she's the first one to point out to me, like, you're doing this because of X, Y, and Z. So it becomes a problem in your relationship when your wife feels like she has to act as your therapist and wife, and that's a conflict of interest. Mm-hmm. So that's why I encourage men all the time. Hey, listen to me.
Yeah.
Before don't let her tell you no more. Listen, bro. Listen to me. Go get the help you need. I promise you're going to be okay.
But I feel like that becomes a conflict of interest in all just relationships, mm-hmm. period. Like even friendships. Because I and cousins, like even family, period. Mm-hmm. Just relationships, period. Because I have a friend, I have 2 friends who are therapists. And so one of them is great at turning it off. Mm-hmm. But then I have one, she's in therapist mode 24/7.
She reading it.
Oh, and so we be like, shout out to my friends Khadijah and Tasia. So like sometimes we just be having real life conversations and we be like, Tasia, turn it off. Like right now, I don't need you to read that deep into me. Like Just turn it off.
Just be my friend.
Just be my friend right now. But it's like, it be so hard. And then, like, we'll come back eventually to the table, because I just recently kind of had a little incident to where I was, out here just doing some stuff, playing around. And she was like, don't do it. Don't. Like, she was really digging into it to where, like, why are you doing this? How is this going to be fulfilling to you? And then it was kind of like, when it all came to the light, what she said, it was true. And I was like, man, Tasia, you was right. You was right. But I get the whole, you be like, man, turn it off. Even with my cousins sometimes, like, we used to be at family gatherings and stuff, just having conversations, we would be like, man, turn it off. Like, right now, I just don't need you to be my therapist.
That's that fresh out of, I got my degree, or I'm interning, or but it's hard. But, like, want me to tell you something? It's with the amount of work that they have to do to be at that level. It's hard for them not to read into to somebody, and because see me, I'm very observant, right? And I pay attention to things, and the more that I've been getting into the mental health space of understanding myself and trying to help others, you find yourself, it's so easy. It's easy because you know that person needs help.
Yep.
You know that person needs help, but that's why they bring it. So I can't blame them, but at the same time, it's like, all right, just be my friend right now.
Turn it off.
But their only way to be your friend is to give you the truth. Yeah. To tell you the truth, and a lot of us don't want to hear the truth. Man, look, you know how hard it is to accept the truth. It's one thing to know the truth, and it's another thing to accept the truth.
To accept it. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And accepting the truth has to be, man, that it's gut wrenching. It is gut wrenching. Like, man, look, my wife just told me straight up, hey, look, you know what your problem is? You're not consistent. You're not disciplined enough. You procrastinate. And I know all these things. You know what I'm saying? As hard as I do work, I could be way more successful than I am, right? But I BS my way, because sometimes you could be so talented that you do procrastinate. You do find yourself inconsistent with the things that you claim that you want out of life.
True. And
sometimes the only way you feel comfortable is under pressure.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like waiting, like
that's
some people thrive
very last minute.
And that's a problem that I've found myself in sometimes. So I try to check myself. I try to do inventory on myself, like, okay, what can I get done today? And write it out the day before, and then the day of, making sure at the end of the day, did I check some things off? Yeah. Did I get some of these things accomplished? So I can hold myself accountable. Yeah. Because honestly, like you just finished school, and congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Congratulations on that.
You work hard,
and you have a goal of doing this podcast, being in this podcast space consistently, right? So it's going to take a level of discipline. It's going to take a level of commitment, right, to give the people.
And I failed so many times at being committed and consistent with this.
Yeah, like, man, really because and I'm not to flip it on you, but
hey, don't come on my show trying to.
I know, right?
Hey, I do this to people. People don't do this.
I'm about to grab my leg with that.
Hey, I drill people. People don't drill me.
But no, did the commitment, the lack of commitment to it, right? Did it come from a place of being nervous or being scared?
I think for me, my lack of commitment came from comparison. And I say that because I would be on, of course, because I'm always tuned into like different podcasts, right? And so I would compare myself to those podcasts. And so what it would be, I would be like, oh, well, they got this many followers. They doing this, they doing that. Why is it not happening for me, right? And so then I was more so when I started this, I kind of knew where I wanted to go, but then I didn't know. So I was still trying to find my voice in all of this in ways that I want to be heard, because what I had to teach myself and tell myself is that a lot of people want a mic with nothing to say. Ooh. A lot of people want to be heard but have nothing to say.
Preach.
And so my thing was that when I went into this podcast, of course, I was still comparing myself to people, and then I was trying to find my voice. And so it was like I was trying to navigate what kind of conversations that I wanted to have to, well, it worked for me. because I was trying to do what was working for other people in their podcast. And so when I found my lane for my podcast, and when I got to a point to where I'm a Jesus lover, I'm serious about my walk with Christ, and when I came to a point to where you needed to sit down in this chair and you needed to bring awareness of Christ, you need to be more, you need to make being saved more relatable to millennials, because a lot of times people feel like when you're saved, you're not relatable, or you don't have no balance. And so I wanted to show to the world a different light of being a saved millennial, being one that's serious about my walk, strong in my faith, not wavering the fence, but then I still want to be transparent. I still want to be relatable to people. And so when I found that lane, my love for it grew, because when I was just out here trying to figure it out, I used to be like, oh, I don't got time for this. I'm not doing no episode this month, or I'm not doing this month, because again, I didn't have my voice. I was trying to find my voice. I didn't know what to talk about. But then when I started to spread the good news and the gospel, and really started to just like testify and be transparent and open up to people about my story, my struggles, and my walk with life, I grew a love for it. And then that's when I knew then that was God telling me, this is where I need you to be. Like, I need you to spread awareness. So I really feel like mine came from comparison, like just comparing myself to other people or trying to mimic other people's podcasts. And it's like, no, you got to do what works for you.
You can admire something, but you still need to put your thumbprint.
Period.
Which is, you know what I mean?
Right.
So how do I put my identity into this space?
Yeah.
And you're doing a great job, because I'm telling you, I manifested being on here.
And it worked.
And I
Because I got you here, man.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm grateful.
Yeah,
I'm
so
grateful.
That was just my thing. It wasn't really out of fear, because I always tell myself, God is not giving us the spirit of fear. So if it's meant to work for me, it's going to work for me. But I just found myself in a season of, I was trying to do things on my timing, because I noticed that when I was comparing myself to other people, I was like, oh man, they went viral. I could say the same thing, but why I'm not going viral? But then I had to tell myself that God's timing is the best time. And sometimes we try to skip the process and get straight to the purpose and the promise. And it's like, no, I need you to go through this. Like, I felt like I was trying to go by my pace, and my pace was taking it too fast. So I was like, okay, you need to slow down. You need to trust God, give it to God, and use God's speed. And so now that's literally where I'm at now with my podcast. I'm just like, in God's speed and God's time. And if this podcast is meant to go before the nations, it's going to happen. But I got to just give it to him. Just trust the process and get there.
And that's the thing. All you have to do is serve.
Period.
Your community of people.
Yep.
Right? And if you take away the numbers, ask yourself, how am I affecting those who are watching and listening? Right. That's the most important. Tend to your flock.
Tend to your flock. And so
look, yours.
Now at 3:53, baby, I'm tending to y'all.
Hey,
period.
She got you.
I got you. Period.
I mean that.
That's just where I'm at. So,
I love it.
Yeah, it definitely came from just comparing myself to people. Then I'm very much so a procrastinator. I'm very much so last minute, and I always tell myself, oh, I work well under pressure, or I do good at last minute. But then I also feel like that is the enabling mindset.
It
enabling
is.
myself because no, you don't work well under pressure. You just stressing yourself out even more. For what? When you could have did this 2 weeks ago.
And so now it forces you to look back at, like, okay, am I holding myself accountable for the things I say that I want? And then also it's one of those things, like I'll be like, okay, my dude, you're not doing enough. You're not doing. You don't want this as bad as you say you do. So that's another reason I'm like, okay, this got to change. This has got to change with me. And if I don't change my acts, if I don't change my thought process, if I don't go out my way to be better, you don't become unless you be. Like, and we're always in a state of becoming. Like, so no matter how many times you so-called fail, right? I think you only, like, you can fail your way to success. You can. You really can if you have the determination. Because you're not gonna get it on your first hit. You're not gonna get it on your first strike. It's a okay. I'm learning to perfect this thing. Like you getting your voice right. Failure is a perfection agent. It is. It truly is. But people, when they think about failure, they look at it in a negative sense instead of saying, okay, instead of looking at it scientifically, why did it fail? Ask the questions. Yep. Why did it fail? You know, what do I need to change? Yep. What variables? Like it's really a scientific method to it, right? True. In order to get the results that you want, right? You have to go back through the process and saying, okay, what works, what don't. You change some stuff around, but you stay consistent in the process of becoming. And I am so proud of you.
Man, thank you so much. It was hard, y'all, but I'm getting here, and I'm gonna tell y'all, and I'm not like, and I definitely had some fears, but I like, because of course everybody know I had a co-host. And then that went left, or not. Well, let me rephrase it. It did not go left. We just decided to part ways, and I was just at a moment where God was just like, "This is your vision, and at this point, I just need you to work your vision." And I told myself, I said, "God, if this podcast is meant for me," because another thing people see, this takes money. Like it takes money to sustain, because ain't nobody gonna come and record you for free.
Nope.
Ain't nobody gonna take no pictures for you for free.
Nope.
No matter how cool business is.
I'm in the like you're in the hole.
Period.
But you in the hole, and that's,
you get what I'm saying?
It takes money to produce. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing that people fail to realize. So before you, like, I may look successful, and I'm glad that you think that. Yeah. But it costs. I had to pay the cost. There's a price to success.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? There's a price to look successful. Yeah. There's a price to becoming what I believe I'm supposed to become. Literally. And so while you may think that I got it all in order and stuff, hey, look, give my girl some sponsorships. Period. While we at it. Period. Hey, look, so if you want
my boy Dre, period.
Look, if you want to be a sponsor for the show, I mean, tap in with my girl. You know, you can get you a good little shout out on the show. This show has been brought to you by. And that could be your company name. Exactly. That's how we're gonna handle that. That's how we're gonna handle that.
But like seriously though, that was like a fear too. Was like just being able to sustain this financially. And I told myself, I said, God, if this podcast is meant for me, you will make it easy for me. This transition, you will make it easy. And I kid you not, when I came in contact with Dre, Greater Works Gallery, it made it easy for me.
What company? Who is that again?
Greater Works Gallery.
Greater Works Gallery. Shout out to Dre. Greater Works Gallery, man. And but see, what happens is, because you spoke it right, God brings people in your life. Literally. Right, literally. And then it could be and the way things tend to happen, it'd be so funny when you think about it. You'd be like, well, I wasn't expecting that. But you literally spoken into existence, and you tend to it ends up being the person that you least expect. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And
God will put people in your path.
But relationship is so important.
So important.
You know, network is so important. And when you can have a fair exchange, right? This is what you're doing. This is what I'm looking to do. Can we bring it all together? And then it'll work. It'll work as long as y'all both have an understanding.
When I pray that prayer, God made it so easy for me when it comes down to like my podcast, from videoing and everything. And that is so true that God will put people in your path. And I definitely feel like when it comes to Dre, like this was really somebody that God put in my path to help me sustain this. Now I ain't gonna get all in our business and what we got going on.
Yeah. Stay out that part of the business.
God made it real easy. So when y'all see these pictures and this podcast, you got to know it's greater work, because my boy out here doing the great work.
One time for the one time.
I'm telling y'all, literally telling y'all. And so that's when I knew, like when God made it easy for me, I said, all right, now, hey, we finna flow with it. And that was my concern. I was like, how am I going to be able to afford this financially to do a podcast every week? Like literally. And it was more so of not me. Like, it was like, I want to do this every week, but I don't want it to come off as if then I'm trying to shortchange or not pay him what he's worth. That was my thought process. But
a conversation had to be had. Yeah, and see, this is the thing too. When you are moving in genuineness, right? And because he more than likely he was seeking you too, because he probably prayed the same prayer, but he didn't probably expect it to be you. But these things do come together. Like attracts like, right? And that's just science. Like attracts like. So as much as you needed him, he needed you.
Yeah.
And then so that's what makes it easy. What you said, God, please make it easy. He had somebody in place. He had somebody in place, and that's why, just being prepared for what you pray for.
Yep.
Is another thing.
True, you gotta be prepared.
Be prepared for what you pray for. Like, make room for what you want to receive.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So, like they say, good measures pressed down and shaken together. What you sow into it, that part is gonna go through a process. Yep. What measures did you put in to you know what I'm saying? Yep. So it's all coming together for you. It's all coming together for you.
I moved from 1 episode a month, 2 episodes a month. Now we every week. Look at God. And I tell anybody,
now you scaling up.
Yeah, and I tell anybody, and I always said this, and I want them to know, wherever this podcast go, my boy Dre coming with me.
Straight up.
Because I look at the fact that where he was willing to meet me where I'm at. So when God decides to level me up and push me and send me where they got to know my boy.
You grow together.
Yeah, they got to know my boy. We roll until the wheels fall off.
Straight up.
Period. I tell them that. Yeah, so that's why
I love that. That's why the power of relationship is so important.
Connecting with genuine people is important, man.
Facts.
It's really, really
facts.
So
I think you're gonna get a lot of juice with your. You need to make sure you drop the link in the bio. Them earrings, they banging.
You see them, huh? Y'all see the
you see the drip?
Yeah, I see that. Yeah. Don't play with them. I might get some. Where I get this from? My mama bought we did us a little Easter baskets where adults we exchanged names and got each other Easter baskets, and my mama had these in my Easter basket. I think she got these from Timu. Timu, am I saying it right? Timu. And I think that's where she got them from. Okay. Take you though. Hey, I made it fashionable. So
hey, one time.
At this point though, ain't no free promo. They gonna have to pay me for it.
Straight up.
Hey, I'm just speaking.
Get my girl one of them deals. Yeah,
you gonna have to pay me for it. Ain't no free promo. I'm just saying. But I'm so excited, and I'm just so grateful that you really came on Look Who's Talking podcast. I do feel like this is a conversation that was needed for somebody who may want to get into content creating, who may want to do comedy. And this is a conversation that's worth you guys listening to. So for anybody who is wanting to get into comedy, if you're looking to become a content creator, even if you're looking to start your own podcast, we pray that this conversation that we had was the motivation, was the encouragement that you needed to say, hey, I'm about to show up for me and my vision. I'm about to show up for the gifts and the talents that God has given me, that God has graced me to do. So I'm about to work it, because remember, your vision don't work unless you work it. You got to invest in it so it can invest in you. So I'm excited. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for tuning in. And so before I close it out, hey, you got anything you want to tell the people, man?
This is the one thing I want to share with people is these are the affirmations. This is one line from an affirmation that I do every morning, and you can use it for yourself, and it's speaking into your life. And the one thing I say all the time is, I am love, I am joy, I am peace, I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am disciplined, and I am consistent. Mm-hmm. So these are the affirmations that I speak into my life, because I have to say it, and then I want to live it, right? Because your self-love, you have to learn how to love yourself. Please, people. I promise you, loving yourself is going to be the key to unlocking that next level. That next level. They say God is love and God resides in you. So you have to start loving the God that's in you. It's okay. Heal yourself. When you love yourself, you begin to heal yourself. And when you heal yourself, you become a healthy being. And there is health. You know what I'm saying? What they say is what? Health is wealth.
Health is wealth, yeah. So
they are all connected. And look, you will unlock different layers of your life. And I love, appreciate, and adore each and every one of my supporters. And I appreciate y'all. And I want to thank you for having me on.
No problem. But I got a serious question. Why you just try to outdo me on my closing of my show?
Hey, I close
You
that.
have to come with the affirmations and all of that.
Hey, I'm telling you, look.
How am I supposed to wrap it up?
I close that thing like a guest pastor. I close that thing.
Like, you didn't came with the app. Like, how am I supposed? Hey, how supposed to do that?
You can borrow that if you want.
Man. Y'all, he did the closing better than me. But hey, you guys, I already know I always close out that I want you to make sure you are spreading love, embracing vulnerability, and encouraging healing. I'm just so excited and I'm so ready for you guys to tune in. And don't forget, starting in the month of August, you guys are going to be getting a brand new episode of the Cool Talking Podcast every Monday. And I am just so excited about this. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, do all of that. Remember, because it takes two to have a conversation. And I want y'all to be a part of the conversation. And the only way you can do that is if you is tuned in and locked in with your girl, okay? So we're going to see you guys. Catch y'all soon.
No.
I'm so sick of him.